Hello YouTube, welcome back to my shop. So recently I did a video on my micro toolkit and I asked you all for some suggestions on what I should take out and what I should add. I have been reading through the comment section and I went to the hardware store today, particularly Stone's Home Centers, which is a hardware store that we have down here in the South. And I picked up a myriad of items, so many that I required a box to carry it out. And a lot of these were based on the suggestions that you all gave me on that video in the comments section. So I figured it's Friday, I'm finally home, it's the weekend, and just to unwind and have a little bit of fun, I figured we'd do like a tool haul, a hardware store tool haul video, where I go through all the contents of what I picked up from the hardware store today. So again, a lot of this stuff was based on some of the suggestions that you all gave me, so I figured I'd share. Some of this stuff isn't necessarily intended for the kit, or it might be for other kits, if you will, but either way, we're gonna go through it all. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So we're just gonna tip the camera down here a little bit and go through the contents of the box, which happens to be a Bic lighter case box. I don't think there's anything in here that's actually flammable, but maybe I'm wrong. So first, well, these I didn't pick up from the hardware store. Actually, these were given to me when I went down to my local FFL looking for some 45-degree transition sites, and they didn't have any in stock. And when I went and complained about it, the guy at the counter was like, well, I have an extra set down at the range, I'll just give them to you, I'm not going to use them. And I was like, thanks. I figured they'd be some like El Cheapos from Amazon or something, but turns out they're Duct defenses, and these are actually really nice. So thanks, Mike. So there's that. So the first thing that I got based off some of the suggestions is this little Gorilla Tape to Go. It's a handy 1-inch roll of Gorilla Tape. I'm not necessarily going to probably put this whole thing in this, but taking some of this off to put in a little kit like this is something that I might entertain. And this being a little mini roll in itself, I might put this in maybe like a, like a bug out bag type of a thing or something. Or maybe just a toolbox, a mobile toolbox that goes in my Jeep. So, second thing I got was this Stanley Wonder Bar. This was kind of intriguing to me. I have a little bit larger Stanley, I guess it would be a crowbar type of a thing, that's about this big that I carry in my car, but this was small enough that this might actually fit in here. And we'll see if I can get it to stretch in there. I'm not too sure if it's gonna work, but it's a Stanley Wonder Bar. I thought it was cool either way. So I got that. And then we got these little tiny pair of channel locks, 4.5 inch. So although we already have a appropriately sized pair of channel locks inside this kit, I thought maybe to experiment with downsizing some of the stuff in here to fit more stuff, or maybe even making a even more smaller micro kit. Either way, I didn't have channel locks in this size, this tiny, and I thought they were adorable, so I went ahead and picked them up. Keeping in line with that, look at this tiny little crescent wrench. I have crescent wrenches that go up to, let's see here, 24 inch. But I don't have any in this size. So I figured, why not spread the gamut wide and go from really big to really small? So I picked up these tiny little, what is that? 1.5 inch jaw capacity, 4 inch or 100 millimeter little crescent wrench. Isn't that adorable? And then, of course, consumables, AAA, AA, just topping off, picking some of these up. Consumables is something you definitely want to probably have some kind of stockpiled in case there's an emergency. Blue Loctite, speaks for itself. Wire. So this is one of the suggestions that I got from a few people. So I got this here 18 gauge galvanized 50-foot coiled wire, but then we also got this 16 gauge galvanized wire, and we can take a little bit of this off and coil it into a smaller coil, fit a little bit into the kit, That's the intention, but wire. Again, suggested by multiple people. Another suggestion, super glue. So we got this here Gorilla Glue super glue gel. So you can see the advantage of having a gel being that it doesn't run and come out unexpectedly when you don't want it. Interesting concept. I haven't had any of this before, but I figured let's pick some up, try it out. And this was also a suggestion by, I think, more than a couple of people suggested putting super glue. I'm not new to putting super glue into my little survival kits or tool kits, but I will admit it was lacking from that particular kit I got the suggestions on. I had a couple of gentlemen suggest that I add zip ties. I thought that was kind of interesting considering I already had zip ties in the kit and it was the first thing I mentioned, but maybe they were intending that more sizes of zip ties. So I also got these huge, what are these, 24.9 inch, okay, I guess they're calling them cable ties, but added zip ties, cable ties. So keeping in line with that, we have a professional grade silver duct tape, 1.87 inch wide by 60 yards duct tape. And apart from the, where is it? The little to-go Gorilla tape, what I do sometimes is take like a credit card and just put a certain length over a credit card and then fold it over maybe 30 or 40 times just to have a small compact piece of duct tape. I've done that bit in the past in many kits, and I'll probably do it for this kit here because I admit, like many of you suggested in the comment section, it could use some duct tape. Let's see. And then we have some flushable wipes. I like to buy these kind of portable things to go in packs. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily put that in here. I might. This might actually replace some of those medical components that we all agreed I should probably take out. They take a lot of space in here. And if I'm out on a job or mobile and say I have to work on something or get stranded somewhere, flat tire, you never know. Maybe I have to go off in the woods and take care of business, and some unscented wipes. Some people rock Dude wipes. I have a big pack of Dude wipes in there, but I haven't been able to find the little mini packs. But flushable wipes, got a couple of these to put into packs because, you know, we're the type of primates that absolutely have to wipe after we do our business, if you know what I mean. So now here is a handle for a Boy Scout camp axe. So I actually have a Boy Scout, an old school plumb axe around here somewhere. I don't see it readily available or else I'd show it to you, but I have to restore it. It's rusted over. I got it from my grandpa and I've already restored it once, but unfortunately I left it outside. So not only am I gonna have to grind all the rust off and retreat it, I'm gonna have to rehaft it. So I got this little Scout belt axe handle here. So, and then here we picked up a new multi-tool. This is the Suspension NXT from Gerber. So not that I needed another multi-tool to throw in the pile, but I thought this was particularly interesting that it did have the clip there, and I didn't have any other multi-tools that had the clip. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I'm going to take this out and try it out, and then maybe I'll do a video review of it for you all. That might be cool. Now these, by the way, I should mention that the wipes I actually didn't get from the hardware store. I got from Walgreens. I stopped at Walgreens to get these as well as these little tiny clear eyes. These are great things to include in any kit, whether it's a tool kit, survival kit, an everyday carry kit, put in your car. I find in many instances, sometimes I have to, you know, I have allergies or there's particulates in the air or whatever. These are not only great for like clearing out your eyes, but clearing up your eyes, which is why they're appropriately named clear eyes. But these tiny little things really travel well in kits, traveling kits, whatever the case may be. Now, I am a big fan of safety glasses, but one of the things that I really am a fan of is the combination of safety glasses being sunglasses. So we got these here dark DeWalt glasses. Now, granted, I do have a prescription, and these aren't my prescription, but my eyes aren't bad enough where I absolutely need my prescription all the time. But I did go ahead and pick up these DeWalt Auger, whatever they're called. DPG 101 is the item number, and we're going to try those out, these DeWalt glasses. Getting close to the end here, we have a Nebo Slim Mini UV 2-in-1 UV light and flashlight. This was really interesting for me, being that, you know, being a UV light, I don't know if a lot of people are aware, but, you know, you can see bodily fluids of multiple types, and, you know, take that for what it's worth. You know, there's all kinds of applications for that, whether you have animals, we'll just leave it there. But it's also good for automotive leaks, like auto leaks, and things of that nature, and to authenticate currency. So I thought this was a really interesting product, the Nebo Slim Mini UV. So, you know, we'll take it out, we'll use it, and then we'll probably do a little video review on it if you're interested. Last but not least, we got this Coast 380 lumen fixed beam system rechargeable little keychain light. So I found in my day-to-day experience, a lot of the lights that I purchased are really large. I mean, for example, right on my hip right here in my EDC pouch, I have my Streamlight ProTac XL, or what is it, the 2LX. This is a pretty large light. And sometimes I need to go minimalist. Maybe I'm running in some little shorts or something, or just don't feel like, you know, putting on this big old EDC kit. So I was looking for like a keychain light, or maybe something that can go in the kit to downsize the light that's in there, since we have a Sofern SC21 in here. So we picked up this little KL20R fixed beam system from Coast. It does come with a charger and some accessories in there. So we'll open that up and check that out, and maybe do a video on that. We'll see how it goes. You know, I don't want to make any promises, but, you know, we did pick that up. So that's it. Well, here are the majority of the components from today's hardware store tool haul laid out. We have the Gerber multi-tool, various forms of wire, the tools being the small 4.5-inch channel locks and the tiny little crescent wrench, the handle for the camp axe, batteries, zip ties, some Loctite, some super glue, various forms of tape, the kit itself, or one of the kits, flashlights, the Nebo Slim Mini UV and the Coast 380, the Stanley Wonder Bar, and the Walgreens section. So let me know which thing you would like to learn about most, and I'll do a video on that next. Well, if you made it all the way to the end of one of my videos, again, I wanted to say thank you. If you like this type of content on just random ideas on tools, gear, equipment, antics, and kits, be sure to like and subscribe, because we'll be back for more. But until next time, later.